to Jumbo. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use Geany as a Python IDE. This is a, I guess, I don't know what to call it. I guess this will be a different take on the 2024 version, because that one, the audio was messed up due to some echoes due to the webcam microphone acting up. So this will be a replacement for that one. Before we begin, quick reminder that I host a live stream every single day. You just go to ojambo.com, you go to watch menu, live sub menu, you can see this current live stream is called Geany as Python IDE 2025. You see the channel it's going to be on and the date and time for the live stream. And these are post-dated topics for future live streams. Okay, so also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. As usual, each of those articles will have about 3 paragraphs to tell you when the stream is set for, the date and the time. It's always going to be Eastern, and you're free to join the live chat and ask or request any programming related topics. Of course, this is where the channel will be. You click this link, you can log in and you can ask in real time live. If you don't want to do that, you can watch the video. The video is also embedded in this article. I'll show you down when we scroll down here. So Geany is a cross-platform IDE for macOS, Windows, and Linux, including POS systems. So that will be like Unix-type systems such as BSDs, obviously Linux, and others similar to that. Anything that can be compiled most likely in C and C++ and Skinner library with the GTK toolkit. Okay, so basically for text editor, you need some type of code editor. So if you don't know what a code editor is, it's right here. It's designed for writing and editing source code. What's an IDE? That's integrated development environment. It combines various tools needed for software development. So for example, I'll show you Geany, all those tools. Plugins are just a software component that adds specific functionality. And what's a theme? You can read the glossary here. It's all in here. And clearly it's going to be open source. And another thing that IDEs do have, at least in 2025, they also have an SCM. That's for source code management, usually something like Git or something similar. So, so you can have a multi-window text editor. I'll show this to you in Geany. Syntax highlighting, auto-completion, smart indent, search and replace, compile and run. You have the file menu, edit menu, search, view, document, project, build, tools menu, and help menu. So I'm going to, in this context menus, I'll show this when I actually open up the file instead of just talking without showing anything. And this is the default Geany. The first time you run it, at least on my system, I'm using GNOME 42. No, sorry, Fedora 42, I think it's GNOME 48. And you see all the menus here. I'll show this again when I actually run it. So Geany is available here, the geany.org. So as you can see here, this has a different theme. The current version it's in the 2 series. And obviously it's small and fast, and obviously has a great community. You can customize it with themes. There's also there's different file types, as you can see here: C, Java, PHP, HTML, JavaScript, Python, now Perl. There's many plugins. You can go to the plugins and get them. So, for example, you see the VSC plugin. That's for Git, SVN, spell check, project organizer, translation helper. You just go to plugins there. Or you can also get different themes. And it's open source. So it's licensed under the GNU Public License version 2, which is a copyleft license. And yeah, so let's actually open up Geany now. So I'm just going to minimize this, and you see Geany. This is on my system. I can get it to follow the theme. So right now I'm obviously using the light theme, and this is it right here. So this is what it looks like the first time you open up. You can see you have obviously the file, the menu here, the title bar. And down here you have the status. You also have different things under status here. So let me actually make it a little bigger. So you can see it as a compiler. You have messages here. There's scribble. And then you have a terminal as well. So in the file menu, it's a very simple, new and then you see new template. So it has built-in templates. This file HTML5, I created that myself because this, I don't know if this one is fixed. Yeah, this is an old, yeah, so this is old templates. You see, this is actually very, very old. I should actually remove this. Okay, and then I have HTML5. This one is also, you see, it has 2025. Yeah, so there's an HTML5 one. I should actually remove this copyright because it's kind of way too big. Right, and then obviously you have, we're interested in Python. This is main.py. And you see again, it says 2025, and it has this default one with the import system. And you have the method there, and then an if statement. Okay, and let me guess, we don't need HTML because we're doing Python here. And then obviously you can open recent files, save as, reload, properties. Let's go to properties, and the Python, I haven't saved it yet. So you see, you can able to change, it will tell you, you can't change this, it will just tell you what permissions it has. Right now I haven't saved it, so there's nothing there yet. What else? Under edit, you can obviously have commands here, like you can cut lines, move lines up and down. These are the shortcut keys. You can format lines, you can join lines, reflow, toggle, case selection, comment, uncomment. Actually, let me see if this is smart enough. So let's say I want to type some stuff here, and I copy this, I highlight it. If I go back to, I think it was edit, commands, format, I want to comment. Yeah, so it's smart enough. It's smart enough to know that that in Python, the comment is a hash symbol. Okay, back to edit. Obviously, you have different formats. You can toggle the case, you can uncomment, you can toggle line, and increase indent, and etc., which is very smart, especially for Python. And you can insert comments. You can see I can insert the GPL or BSD type license or just a file header. You can insert dates, alternative white space. That means tabs or just spaces. And let's go to preferences here. This is general. You can see you can obviously change this, save window size, save window position, miscellaneous, beeps, interface. You see you can change the default font. It's set to monospace regular 10. The symbol is sans, and then the windowing space is set to monospace. The one thing I dislike, you see this the terminal here. It's always kind of small. I wish you were able to at least dynamically resize. That would be nice. And then the editor here, you can see I have line wrapping is not set. So I do like line wrapping, so I'm going to enable that. Indentation, change this to 3. It's tabs is fine. Completions, yeah, so you can autocomplete, especially if you're using PHP with the curly braces, square brackets, and display here. It's up to you if you want to. I usually just leave this as default. If we go to files, by default it's using the Unix left, right, and it's UTF here. You see there's different. You can do Windows, classic Mac. Just go to tools. And you see the terminal is using Xterm. You can use a different terminal. I'll show you this when you run. It actually runs, and then the grep. Obviously, I have grep installed. And the browser, I'm not sure which one the default is. I think it's usually Firefox. But you can change that, obviously. But I'll just leave that as well. So if we go to templates, you see here I put my name, initials. This is fine. Company, you can put here the version. So it will fill this in, all this information for you. Go to key bindings. Obviously, you can see how to open and all these shortcuts. You can make, or whatever you want. You can change them. See some yeah. So for example, start line, end line. You can change those to your heart's content. And see some of them are missing, like toggle line wrapping. You can obviously create your own here. You see zoom in and out. It's primarily plus. I believe primarily is the control key or alt key. And zoom in, zoom out. I'll show you that in a second when we actually go. So print line numbers and terminal. You see it's set to monospace regular here. Obviously, you can change the font size. I said I wish it was more dynamic. And it uses bash. I like that. And then various. Here you can now obviously put your own things in here to toggle on and off. So that was in preferences. Search. It has a find next, find previous, find and replace. And you can also do regular expressions. For example, let's go to replace here. You can see you can use regular expression. Just check this regular expressions and then you'll be able to search and replace. And one thing I do like about this, you see, you can also replace in a session, in the document, or in selection. So in session means like if I have multiple files open, it will replace, find and replace in all those files. In document, only the current document, and obviously in selection, if like for example this one I've only highlighted this, that's the one we would do there. Okay, and where was I? So in view, you can show, for example here, by default line numbers, I don't think they're on. I think I turned that on because I like to show the line numbers. And then you can also show the line headings, indentations, full screen, whatever you want here. So I do like the message here because sometimes I do drop to the terminal. And line wrapping, you see you can also, I put it on there, so meaning next time I open this will automatically be checked. Auto indentation, yeah, indent type, tabs, indent width, set to 4, and what else is here? File type, programming language. You can see it has a lot of programming languages. The ones we're interested in today is just Python, but you can obviously pick and choose. But you should need to, it auto detects it. For example, under scripting languages, that's where Python, and that's where it automatically knew that it's a Python file. You can also do markup files, XML, HTML, LaTeX, and miscellaneous, YAML files, SQL files, etc. Or none. The encoding, as you can see here, I'm guessing, what is this one set to? Yeah, UTF-8. Set line endings, Unix, of course. You can clone, strip trading spaces. Yeah, so it's quite a few things you can do here. And then build. Project. I usually don't use projects because I can just drag and drop a folder here, and then you can build. We'll talk about this later when we actually create some things ourselves. Then you can also set your own build commands. You see, you can put for example, you see compile. It's Python -m, py, whatever the name of obviously it's going to create a temporary file to compile it, and then at the output. And then you can lint. It uses py code style. And for regular expressions, you see, so you can make your own as well. Make, usually for C, C++, and execute, you see Python %f, that means the file name. And then of course you have, what else you have in here? That was in build. Tools, you have reload configuration, config files. So for example, if I want to style this myself, I can open up the Geany.css, and you can see here, it's just plain CSS. You can change the width and all this for GTK3. It's just plain CSS. For example, if I want this to white, I can change the colors and etc. And then we have, what else do we have here? So these are the configuration files. I usually don't need to modify any of these. Color chooser. So it's a color picker. And what else? Word count. So let me actually get rid of this one. So let me open up just a plain text file. Say hello world. Whew. Super cold today. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's a whole road. So if I go to tools, word count, it says there's 2 words, 3 lines. You see 3 lines here, and how many characters. And then what else do we have here? You can log the tags file, the plugin manager. So you can have a class builder. This is usually for C or C++. You can export, file browser, HTML characters, save actions, split. There's actually more, like there's also, if you actually install it, there'll be like a spell checker. For example, if I enable this, you see then you can click on the key binding. Sometimes some of them have preference, like for example, see these save actions, preferences, and you can see it's auto save. I'm not gonna enable that. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's actually do some Python. Okay, so this is a Python here. It's just a Python script. So I'm gonna leave the default one. I'm gonna just create some simple Python stuff. Actually, you know what? I'll leave this one as is. I'm gonna save it. Let's save it as okay, I'll just say test.py. Okay, so it's being saved. So what you do is you go to there's also shortcut icons here. So for example, you see this one, it's compile, and this is to build, and this is to run. So you can either go here to build, compile, and you see it ran that command in directory. So it compiled it successfully. Then you just go to build and click on execute, and you see it run it in the that X term up here. So obviously that did absolutely nothing because it's expecting to get some input, which we didn't have. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this stuff here, and let's do something more simple, like say num1 equals 1, and just say print num1. So if I compile this, you see it compiled fine here in the message thing here in the compiler, and then I can just run or view the current file, and you see the num is 1, it printed it out here. So clearly I can also put num2 equals 2, and I can say print num1 plus num2. So the answer should actually be 3. So if I just go to run here, it's smart enough to obviously know that it needs to compile it first and then execute it. So because it's just a script, and you see it, the output here is 3. Now, if we go to the terminal here, you see it's in this folder here. I believe that's where test.py is as well, if I'm correct. Yeah, test.py is there. So obviously you can also run it on the command line. Just a python test.py, and you see the output also be 3, right? So as I say, I do like the terminal because you can always drop down to the terminal. And also for the terminal, if you go back to the preferences here and terminal, there's an option where it will, so here it says follow path to the current file. So if I click this, then whatever folder would be, it will be, if I open up the terminal, it will always follow it to the the path of the file. So in this case, I saved the file in my you see it /home/Edward. That's why I'm here. So then I don't need to follow, but that's how it is. So I hope, hello, oh, missed you there. So hello, Andrea. Is it Andre? Hello. So I think this is a good time to, so if you have any questions about Geany, I said Geany is cross-platform. It works on macOS, obviously Linux, I'm here, and Windows, and it's very lightweight. It's really, really fast. Just to prove to you how fast it is, I'm going to actually close it, and I'm going to open it again. You see? Instant. Really, really fast. So I actually used Geany in the past around the time when the Atom editor came out. Atom editor was a little bit slow, so Geany is really, really fast. And I usually, when I have some code snippets quickly, I still do use Geany, even though these days I do, for projects and stuff, I do use NetBeans. So one of the reasons I don't use this as for all my programming is, I'll show you why. So for example, this one here, I can right click on it and you can see you can open it in a new window. So that's actually a good thing. So this is a new instance. See here, you can open up a new instance of Geany. And obviously I can, for example, put this on the left and put this on the right. There we go. So this is one way to do things. But sometimes I prefer if everything is all in one. I'll give you an example. If I open up a new file, if you open up a new Python file here, see, if I obviously I can tab between these two files, but I'm saying is that I'm not able to, for example, take this and split the screen, like take it half here and half here just on the same screen. I'm not able to do that. I can, yeah, see, I'm not able to drag it anywhere else. It's just there. I can drag this one here, just position it. That's basically all I can do. There's another plugin which was called split window. That one does that's actually not a bad job, but the problem is still doesn't do the way I want the split, and also you won't remember. For example, you see this one test. If I put this test.py is in this position. So if I close this now, I open up Geany again. You see, because I didn't save that one, so that's actually correct. So it remembers what I opened. And you see the symbols here. So if you want to change this from symbols, you can choose something else. It could be documents, or it can be symbols. So that's up to you, whoever you want. And again, this is the status, compiler, messages. So for example, let's compile this again. So if we go to compiler, why is that not working? Okay, there we go. A compiler. So it's status, compiler, messages. That's usually if there's an error, then the messages will show up here. So for example, if I make a message, this is delivered. So if I compile this, you see under messages now it's going to say there's an error on, tells you the syntax error, the line number. So then I can fix that. Now it's gone. Okay, so I think that's the end of this tutorial. And obviously you can also search here, find and replace, and then you can jump to a specific line number. And this is to quit. So for example, if I want to jump to, let me actually make this much bigger. I forgot about the zoom. So if I want to jump to say line, let's say 25. So in here it's at 25. You see jump to, and you see it tells you jump to line number 25. You can also press Control L. Come on, Control L. Pretty sure it's Control L. Unless they changed it. It's Alt L. Oh, it's Control G, I think it is. No. Huh. I'm pretty sure that's, let's see, search. Go to line. It's Control L. Yeah, I was right. Control L. I don't know why it's not working. Control. Oh, okay. It used to pop up. It no longer pops up. It just goes into here. Okay. So let's say 20. You see now it's on line 20. Okay. So you can quit here, or just go to File, Quit, or you can just press X, whatever you want. So let's get out of here. Let's go back to the article and finish up. The article is on ojambo.com. It's also in the description. Quick reminder that I have a live stream every day. You go to ojambo.com, watch menu, live sub menu. They can see this is the current live stream. The channel is going to be on an approximate date and time, and then it's a post-dated ones for future. Be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. And if you enjoyed this, consider supporting me. You can purchase one of my WordPress plugins at ojambo.com. You can enroll in my programming courses at ojamboshop.com. You can buy my programming books on Amazon. Search for Edward Ojambo, links in the description. And you can also hire me for your programming and app development needs at ojamboservices.com. And you can also become a donor at ojambo.com/donate. The donate button is also up here in the fixed header. Okay, so I don't see any more chat requests, so I'm going to end this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.